welcome back to the Common Constitutionalist Weekly Podcast, and I am the Common Constitutionalist, coming at you on a rainy, yucky Saturday where we actually had flooding here last night. It was a lot of fun. We didn't get flooded out, but cars down the road were sitting in 3 feet of water. It was real. It was terrible. I talked to a lady this morning about it, and she was mopping out her Subaru, and she was not a happy camper. Too bad. Just a tragedy. So let's get right to this, shall we? So today I've got a couple of topics. First off, here we go again. More Black Lives Matter crapola, more disrespect, and also some actual, real disrespect going on over in Pakistan. And I'll discuss those stories today on the Common Constitutionalist.
You're listening to the Common Constitutionalist, broadcast from an undisclosed location, free from the prying eyes of establishment black helicopters.
So, as I stated in the opening, more Black Lives Matter a crapola. More disrespect for the flag, more disrespect for the National Anthem. And if you're cool with that, that's fine. Frankly, I don't care much. Other than, well, we'll get into that, the other than. But this time it comes to us from Miami, Florida. And there was a woman who sung the National Anthem before the Miami Heat preseason game the other night. And the Miami Heat players were all linking arms in unity, as apparently they always do. I don't know, because I think basketball blows, and I don't care for it. I don't watch it. Don't watch college. Don't watch pro. Don't get involved in, March Madness or the bracket bullcrap or anything like that. Just don't care for it. I suppose maybe if they had, like, baseball, same thing. If they had full contact baseball and full contact basketball, I might tune in. That is the reason why I like football and lacrosse, because you can beat each other up, and with lacrosse it's even better because it's football with weapons. It's awesome. But at any rate, so the singer who sung the National Anthem at the Miami Heat pregame, her name was Denasia Lawrence. And she sang the National Anthem with a passion. And she did it kneeling down with her fist in the air, the old Black Power fist. Happy freaking day. And toward the, I don't know whether it was toward the, I didn't watch the video. I'm just reading. Oh, this is from the Daily Mail, by the way. Ooh, attribution alert. Yeah, hey. But she opened her jacket at some point to reveal a black shirt with the phrase Black Lives Matter on it. Hooray for her. And the team had released a statement that they didn't know in advance that she was going to do this. So a little CYA on the Miami Heat team, the front office's part, so they don't lose too many viewers like the NFL is. But the coach had to chime in. And I don't know whether I know he ain't Asian. How's that? Because his name is Eric Spoelstra. So I'm going to guess he ain't Asian. But I don't know if he's black, white, or pink with purple polka dots, and nor do I give a flying crap. But he said the typical politically correct nonsense. And the coach said, quote, "We felt as a basketball team that we would do something united. So that was our focus. Throughout all of this, I think the most important thing that has come out of it is very poignant, thoughtful dialogue." Okay. We've had a great dialogue within our walls here, and hopefully this will lead to action. So, I guess my first question here is, what freaking dialogue? What dialogue do you have? Liberals always say this crap. They always say, let's have a dialogue about what? No one ever talks about anything. All you do is you protest, you put your hands up when it's not appropriate, you kneel down when it's not appropriate, you do whatever when it's not appropriate. But I don't ever remember having any dialogue. No one's ever asked me to have a freaking dialogue. And if we did have a dialogue, what would be said? I know what would be said. You people who don't like what the Black Lives Matter movement are doing need to sit down and shut up. That's the dialogue. It ain't a dialogue. It's a freaking monologue is what it is. And then what did he say again? He said, we've had great dialogue within our walls here, and hopefully this will lead to action. Now, okay, so you have this groovy dialogue, okay? And what do you talk about? I have no idea, because no one ever can describe what the dialogue is or what the purpose of the dialogue is, other than it will lead to action. What action? I don't hear anything. Do you hear any action? Do you hear any positive change other than anarchy? I don't hear anything. I've been listening. Now, believe me, I've written too many dang articles about this and spoken too often about this, but it's an important topic and it has to be broached at least, or people need to keep informed about it at least, and certainly I think I need to. But beyond that, I haven't seen dialogue leading to action. No one's asked for any action, and the action that they do ask for is for police to basically stand down and allow the purge to happen, or something. I don't know. But they use these stupid leftist buzzwords like dialogue and action. It never leads to anything, and it doesn't need to. As we all know, liberals, there's no wrong and there's no inaction. All you have to do is say that this is what you want to do, and magically that's good enough, I guess. You don't actually have to do anything. Now, miraculously, at least in my opinion, the NBA commissioner, Adam Silver, came out and at a news conference said, "It would be my hope that they would continue to stand for the national anthem. I think that is the appropriate thing to do." I'm frankly stunned that the commissioner of the league would say that to this basketball league. I'm a little bit taken aback. I'm glad he did, frankly. He's not forcing anybody, although evidently there is a league requirement that you stand for the national anthem. Apparently, it's a requirement of the league. But hey, they don't have to live by that. Let's just have a dialogue, and then we can have some action. Action. And earlier in the preseason, evidently, the Sacramento Kings played their first home opener, and the anthem singer Leah Tice, who's a cracker, dropped to one knee after finishing her song. And she said she's a dialogue action person. I don't know, whatever. "I love and honor my country as deeply as anyone, yet it is my responsibility as an American to speak up against injustice as it affects my fellow Americans," she wrote on Facebook. "I cannot idly stand by as black people are unlawfully profiled, harassed, and killed by our law enforcement over and over, and without a drop of accountability. Are you blankety-blanking kidding me?" So I'll tell you what. Here's what I think we should do. I think in every city, in every major city in the nation, certainly one with a major league team, this is what should be done. The police will have a registry, okay? And you can go to the police station, or maybe you can even do this online with some sort of proof of identity, kind of like voting laws. Yeah, maybe. And you enter your name and address in the registry. You prove that you live there by some means. And then by signing the registry, you and the police have entered into a pact that the police will no longer patrol around your house. They'll no longer patrol your street or near your house. And then if they get a call to respond to your house, they won't come. Okay, because you want to feel safe against, what did she say? Law enforcement over and over profiling, harassing, and killing people, and without a drop of accountability. So this would exonerate them from their accountability, because they wouldn't be there to serve and protect you. But that will keep you safe, I guess, because they are harassing and killing and profiling people. So you sign your registry, and then if you have a complaint, a domestic abuse complaint, no one shows up. If you have a break-in, a robbery, a burglary, a fire, or whatever, the authorities don't show up because you don't feel safe around them. So how's that grab you? Little Women. Now, this Denisha Lawrence and this other chick, the white chick, whoever sang these stupid things in the anthems, and they're, kneeling down and their fists in the air and their Black Power T-shirts. Why do they do this in this country? Well, the reason why they do it is because they can do it. It's because they can get away with it. And that's the reason why. It's because it's safe in this country, whether they can admit it or not. It's bloody safe in this country, and it's frankly, it's safer than anywhere else in the world. Look around. And I always say this is the worst country on earth, except for every other freaking country on the planet. And so, before we start this next juxtaposition subject, let's just take a quick break, shall we?
You're listening to the Common Constitution. Let the truth be known.
All right, welcome back. And just to recap the first segment, the girl Denisha Lawrence sang the National Anthem before a Miami Heat preseason basketball game on one knee with the Black Power fist and the Black Lives Matter T-shirt to show solidarity for the great abuses of Black Americans. And so I thought I'd pull out something here that's actual real abuse. Okay, this is what real abuse looks like, and this is not in America because it couldn't happen in America. Well, at least not yet. It can't happen in America. And little Denisha, sure, she's black, but what else is she? She's also a female. And there are many, many countries, as Trump says, many, many billions, many countries across the globe where we'll just say women aren't treated very nicely. How's that? And here's case in point. This comes to us from the Express Tribune in Pakistan. I hope you've re-upped your subscription. It is a powerful read, the Express Tribune in Pakistan. This comes to us from Lahore, Pakistan. And the article begins by taking advantage of lacunae, which is a loophole in laws. A man who killed his daughter to save family honor was acquitted by a court recently after, dig this, man, I can't, this is for real, yo. After, I gotta start this over again, I'm sorry. Taking advantage of a loophole in laws, a man who had killed his daughter to save family honor was acquitted by a court recently after he pardoned himself and his accomplishments, one of his sons and a nephew. Yes, he pardoned himself. Holy shnikes. So this guy, Fakir Muhammad, what a strange name, Muhammad. That's odd. Had shot dead his daughter and her alleged lover, Ghulam Abbas, to save family honor a couple years ago, 2014. His son, Muhammad, and his nephew, Muhammad, were also, I'm sorry, man, it just cracks me up. I gotta say that one again. So Fakir Muhammad shot his daughter dead and her alleged lover, Ghulam Abbas, in 2014. His son, Muhammad, and his nephew, Muhammad, were also accused of abetting the double murder. Could you imagine they get together for some family outing? They get together for some family outing, and one of the relatives turns and says, "Hey, I need the potato salad over here, Muhammad," and every male in the whole place turns at once. I'm sorry, it just struck me as funny. I'm sorry. No, I'm not really sorry. It's funny to me. So there. So anyway, to recap without the ridiculous, silly laughter, this guy shoots his daughter dead. he shoots her alleged lover. It was never actually proven, by the way. Of this Abbas guy dead. His son and his nephew helped, and they were accused of abetting the double murders. Okay, and then you would think that this thing would go to trial, and that he would, if the evidence was compelling, he would be tried, convicted, and him and his son and his nephew would be going to the Pakistani clink, and that would be the end of it. But no, and actually, to help curb honor killings in Pakistan, they actually in 2015 passed a new law, the anti-honor killing law. That's well put. It's certainly better than the flowery new laws that we put out in America that don't mean a thing, or mean the exact opposite of what the law actually stands for. So at least you know what the law means. Anti-honor killing law. Wonder what that could mean. According to this new law, judges are supposed to sentence an honor crime convict to life imprisonment. Life imprisonment? The same difference. To life in prison, whether the victim's immediate family pardons him or not. And that's in, I don't know whether this is part of Sharia. I don't think so. I think this is just Pakistani law, that the two parties can actually get together, the prosecuting party and the accused can get together, and the prosecuting family, the complainant family, can actually acquit. They can pardon the accused and get him off scot-free. What a deal! And the prosecution actually said that they had compelling, solid evidence against the accused and the two accomplices, but apparently the law hasn't caught up with the judge who was adjudicating this case, because the judge basically said that these charges have become groundless and there is no chance of conviction at all, so the accused persons are acquitted. Gavel down, and that's it, man. That's all she wrote. But it gets better. Evidently, Asmat Bibi, who is the mother of the alleged lover, male lover, Ghulam Abbas, Asmat Bibi, the mother, and her second son also pardoned all of the accused, and they also pleaded that they had no objection to their acquittal, and also waived their right to qisas, which is retribution, and diyat, which is blood money from the accused. So they don't want anything from him. The guy just got off scot-free after killing her son too, and his daughter, and it just he walks. He's acquitted, and then the one of the prosecuting advocates, as they're called, his name is, care to guess? You got it, Muhammad. I'm serious. It is Muhammad Qasim. He said it is astonishing that an accused is forgiven himself for murder charges. It's nothing but a joke with law. And he's right, because after this petition was granted, and the application for the alleged lover's mother to pardon him and acquit him, and the judge acquitted him, he was allowed to pardon himself and his nephew and his son. That's the way it works over there. So he murders two people. His nephew and his son aided and abetted in the honor killing. He was acquitted by the judge. The mother of the dead lover, alleged lover, acquitted him and pardoned him, and doesn't want any money or anything, any retribution, any blood money, no nothing from him. And then he gets by law, he gets to acquit himself. He pardons himself and his son and his nephew. What a deal! That's terrific. That is the justice system at its finest. Could you imagine? I couldn't imagine standing in a courtroom and the accused gets up and says, "I pardon myself." Okay, gavel down, done. And that's one of those glaring and obvious differences between the laws and justice in the United States, of which everybody's bitching and belly aching about, and the laws and justice in other countries, in backwards countries like Pakistan, where Tanisha Lawrence, if she stepped out of line or did something untoward, she would be offed, and then the guy would pardon himself and get off scot-free. And evidently, whoever she was messing with, his family, would also be dead, and they'd get, that would be it for them too. And so I just thought it was an odd juxtaposition of when these pampered fools in America think they've got it so hard, and everything's so tough for them. And she's out there singing the national anthem on national television at a Miami Heat game, and she's somehow oppressed? How does that even work? I don't understand. It's like Colin Kaepernick. I mean, a guy makes, $100 million a year or $100 million over several years, and he's oppressed? I mean, give me a break. It's so backwards. And then when you look at countries like Pakistan and Afghanistan and all the Middle Eastern countries, and you look at China and all the communist countries of China and Cuba, Venezuela, and there's no comparison at all. But we are so pampered and we're so lacking in reality that it's just so pathetic. It's unbelievable. So, at any rate, I thought it was an interesting juxtaposition of realities. Anyway, so I think on that note, we're going to wrap it up. This is the Common Constitutionalist signing off. Y'all have a great balance of the weekend. Hopefully, it'll stay dry for the balance of the weekend. I know we need the rain. Everybody says we need the rain. It's a drought. We need the rain. Sure, we need the rain. We just don't need it all in 24 hours. Thank you very much. So y'all have a great weekend. Common Constitutionalist signing off, and I am out. See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Common Constitutionalist Weekly Podcast.